Yo, before we begin the video, want to let you guys know I just finished the Luigi Popsicle. I'll be working on Mario later on tonight. If you guys subscribe, you guys will get an alert when I go live on YouTube. I'll also be playing Mario and Luigi, brand new game, Brother Bond, something like that. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, hit the like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. All right, let's see. Yo, what up, guys? This is only half of the video because you know why? I was muted because I was air drying my design. And I forgot to unmute. All right, let's begin this reaction of Young Duck. I'm not gonna restart because I don't like redoing reaction videos because that's just not genuine.
And I'm telling the God,
Why you doing, dude?
Leave me out of this. I made all these stories up, put the blame on him to get myself out of the situation because the police told me they want a big fish and I'm a little fish. They ain't who I want. So when they told me that, my only motive was to convince them that I'm telling the truth about this guy right here. And I'm not.
That was a major blow for the credibility of the case, but what's crazy is that the man who was overseeing proceedings didn't help either. Although he meant to be unbiased, Judge Earl Glanville wound up being one of the biggest detriments to the entire prosecution, no matter how much he went out of his way to try and benefit.
Bro, this whole case was a fucking comedy joke, man. Have you guys ever seen this? I guys ever like seen this like comedy freaking skit of the judge and like the whole court case of Young Duck? It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, you brought in. Oh, what kind of artwork do you do? So, yeah, this is what I did last time. So I'm in my. I had these vinyl records for a while, so I decided to start pinning these because like why not? I had these for a while now. So I did this for like Halloween weekend as well. So I don't just do vinyl records. I just did them for now because I just want to. I'm using like everything I have, like for my skateboard, spray cans, and some canvases I have. I just want to like use them. I don't want to just waste them. But what I also do digital art as well. Like I just finished working on my my arcade artwork. So I like doing a lot of different things in my artwork. So here's another one right here that I like working on, and it's an arcade, pretty much. So of like cat adventures. Pretty much cat adventures are based on laughs, memes, and food for the most part. And so yeah, this was just like a little kind of like a little cool vibe kind of design. I'm actually reintroducing my Penguin Adventures, which is based on the same theme but with penguins. But yeah, I like doing everything. I like doing a lot of different things. I don't like being stuck at one place in my personal artwork. I like doing just different experimentals, especially with my art style. But yeah, I like experimenting with different kind of artwork, different characters and all that. But damn, this case is just a goddamn joke, bro. The prosecutor, the DA, the judge, everything, dude.
Them. Alongside assigning one lawyer for YSL defendant Christian Eppinger, an essay on professionalism.
Oh, you buy and sell old vinyl? I promise you, all these vinyls are not worth anything. I promise you that. Right?
After he refused to buy lunch for another legal counsel,
Yo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you. If you refuse to buy lunch for the wait, what? Wait, what did he say? Hold up.
Way to try and benefit them. Alongside assigning one lawyer for YSL defendant Christian Eppinger, an essay on professionalism after he refused to buy lunch for another legal counsel, Glanville made his contempt for Thug supporters known by lashing out at those daring to interrupt him.
And if anybody's in the gallery and you can't otherwise control yourself or otherwise you want to make any inappropriate comments, then you can leave at this point in time. No harm will come or nothing else will occur. But if you remain in this courtroom and make any outbursts, I'll have you arrested.
Then, he made the whole thing into a mockery and showed us how ridiculous using rhymes in court really were by reciting Thugger's lyrics in the most emotionless way possible.
Hey, this is that slime. Hey, YSL. Hey, killing 12.
I would not judge a person from reading lyrics in a courtroom sense because how would a person read those lyrics? Like, should he pretend to be rapping or something? Like, and put a beat in the background? Louaista, I don't know what you're thinking about. That does not make the mockery of that. I would gotta keep it fair. Like, that doesn't make sense, dude. What is the judge supposed to do? Yo, what up, dude? Like, and just start rapping. And I say, yo, like a freaking, oh my God. Anyways, I just realized But what, is he supposed to just start rapping the lyrics in a rapping tone? What the fuck? That would have been a mockery. Yeah, I get those sometimes in bundles. Ah, okay. It's sick. Well, if you want to buy my vinyls, let me know.
Hey, a jail. Hey, so I'm not new to this. Hey.
If people thought it couldn't get any more ridiculous, they were in for a surprise, because it was about to take an even crazier turn. In a crazy moment, Thug's lawyer Brian Steele, or YSL Steele as he is now officially known, revealed that Mr. Glanville had staged improper meetings with a witness for the prosecution.
Okay, well listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are gonna have some problems.
After he threatened to hold Steele under contempt of court for refusing to divulge his source, the lawyer was taken into custody, with Glanville commanding that Steele spends 20 days in jail, served over the course of 10 weekends for contempt of court.
All right, counsel, I've made a clarification to the order of contempt. Mr. Steele, I am going to hold you still hold you in summary criminal contempt for your failure to comply with my earlier order today. I'm going to order that you be taken into custody, incarcerated in Fulton County.
Imagine seeing your lawyer getting arrested. That is a crazy thought process. You know what I mean? Seeing your own lawyer being arrested, dude. I mean, I'm like, bro, I'm cooked.
In jail for no more than 20 days for this contempt.
But somehow, Steele even stacked that in his favor, asking to be held alongside Thugger to work on their defense.
I'd ask that I can be with Mr. Williams and we work on our case all weekend, for all those weekends. Otherwise, I can't prepare. I speak with Mr. Williams all the time. That's up to you, and sir. I will, sir. If that comes to pass, you have my support. I will talk with our sheriff.
The end result of all of this was another prime example of Fulton County having no clue what to do when it came to this case. Because just like Willis and other prosecutors, the judge was turning the whole thing into a farce. This is what kills me. I have no idea if Young Thug did any of these crimes, but this clown.
Gotta run. Glad I run. Glad I found your channel. Dropped a follow. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. Have a good one. Thank you. Oh, right. I forgot to get the chat room from the YouTube. Sorry, guys. Might be it. I gotta pop out that. Yeah, look. This is what kills me. I have no idea Young Thug did any of these crimes. From what look at Copeland and the witnesses, I'm guessing probably yes. But this clown showed the judge effed up so bad. Not only are they not going to jail for it, the city of Atlanta is probably going to have to pay millions for the successful lawsuit, which is so fucking stupid. Like the crimes that they're getting like accused of, like, oh shit, it's like legit with witnesses, lyrics to a certain extent, to everything, right? Like all the evidence they had, and they dropped the ball so bad that they look like they were the most competent and not the judge. It's like, what the hell? Yo, what up, Crack Frey? How's it going? No crack today, right?
Clown show judge just fucked up so bad. Not only are they going to jail for it, the city of Atlanta is probably going to have to pay millions from their successful lawsuit. Yep. After a lot of back and forth, including attempts to block the motion by Fannie Willis, Judge Glanville was removed from the trial in July, and since then, Thug fans have celebrated. Because with him in charge, it looked like YSL was never going to get a fair shot. I have never seen a judge more infused and possessed by the spirit of main character syndrome than when it comes to the horrible Judge Glanville. I would almost plead 25 to life just to avoid seeing his shiny scalp again. With the case looking more and more ridiculous every day, YSL Steele started going at the prosecution with so much venom that he had Thug laughing in court.
And I'm getting smashed with a baseball bat, and I have no idea where to hit because I don't have anything. And I've asked for reports, Judge Glanville.
He's laughing because the whole thing is the biggest joke in history.
Yeah.
At times, Thug even took a moment to vibe to his own tracks in court, even as they were trying to use them against him.
Oh my god, man.
All the while, Judge Whitaker was getting increasingly enraged at how unprepared the prosecution were to present their case.
But it is baffling to me that somebody with...
They thought they had a slam dunk, and they did. All they had to do was work at it a little bit. They didn't do shit. Like, they had a case, right? I'm not saying they did not have a case. They had him. They had Young Thug. Everything was ready to go. But they didn't prepare for the case at all. They didn't prepare for the trial at all, dude. It was insane.
The number of years of experience that you have continues to seemingly purposefully hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful. But honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it.
But one pivotal display of the prosecution's incompetence came during the trial of Thug's co-defendant, Qua Morvius Nichols, and it might have changed the course of the whole thing. At one point, the jurors were made aware of an IG post by YSL artist Slime Life Shotty that contained the hashtag #FreeQua. Under Georgia law, the jury isn't permitted to know if a defendant has previously been to prison for fear of prejudicing their opinion, so it should have been redacted. With that, Whitaker went off on them again. What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness so that everyone won't have wasted, 10-12 months of their lives in this trial. I'm sorry y'all have this ginormous universe of evidence that maybe if you narrowed down, you would not be making these kinds of mistakes. After that, everyone was pretty much convinced that the trial was a sham, leaving the way for freedom to come knocking for Thug. I said this long ago and I'll repeat it to the end of days. The YSL trial should have ended a long time ago with a mistrial with prejudice. The amount of misconduct in this trial can't be excused. I understand the plea deals, but nobody in the prosecution's office being sanctioned severely only means they do the same to the next one. Right up until the closing statements, the prosecution were screwing up. That day, lyrics that weren't even his were being accredited to him in an attempt to bolster the prosecution's case.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, the state is talking about things like F the judge and I rep my life for real. That's not even said by Mr. Williams. But they don't care to find out. They are on a tunnel vision to try to convict a man.
Dumb,
Considering how poorly the state did, it's really no surprise that she chose to ignore the recommendation and give out her own sentence. One which actually let Thug avoid things that he was willing to do just to get out and see his kids. Thug's lawyers literally asked for 3 years house arrest with an ankle monitor, and the judge was like, nah, that won't be necessary. With that outcome, it's also not shocking that YSL's Yak Gotti is similarly opting to steer clear of plea deals and leave his sentencing at the hands of the judge. Despite the miraculous work he pulled off, Brian Steele feels like there's more to be done, and at the minute, he seems to be setting the scene to get even more out of Fulton County for the shoddy way Thug was forced to live during his time in the county.
This is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been ran. But nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his meal of choice. And then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy. This was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we. And thank you.
But it's not just Steele who seems intent on taking the DA's office down. Thug's father also won't take his foot off their neck.
You know what I'm saying? Let's make them continue to embarrass themselves.
In particular, he blasted the DA for prohibiting him from returning to Atlanta, which is one of the many conditions he's facing in exchange for his release.
I'm totally against that because this is where he's from. To have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a resident from here. She's from another state, and to see her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else, that's offensive to me.
Referred to as a poison, Fannie Willis and the DA took so much time from Thug. And during that spell inside, he lost his child's mother, his sister, Lil Keed, and his estranged former rhyming partner, Rich Homie Quan. Now, he seems intent on rekindling those relationships, including none other than his bond with Gunna. Deemed a snitch by everyone from Lil Baby to Durk, Gunna has always maintained his innocence, and by the looks of it, Thugger wants to clear his name. However, it's not clear whether that's out of friendship or because there's plenty of money to be made for YSL.
And they already say Thugger Gunna was a rat.
I mean, yeah, I mean, okay, so Young Thug could be let his ego win, or he could let his ego lose, but make a good business decision and make money with Gunna. Because I believe Gunna is still making money. He's still making songs. He's still doing his thing. So he is labeled a snitch. But if Young Thug works with him, I think they will. I think they have a better chance of like making a lot more money together and separately than doing this like whole like rap beef. In my opinion, because rap beef eventually dies. So if you just squash the beef and make music, that won't die unless you let it die, right? So as a business decision, it may be the best to work with Gunna. Maybe.
When he ratted on about his cousin shit. So Thugger was like me, he thinking, man, I know this nigga ain't like that. But this nigga can rap. I'm finna get this fucking money. Sometimes we fuck it up like that, taking off our street shit, trying to chase that bag. And that's what he do. He knew that nigga wasn't built like that.
At the end of the day, what's clear is that Thug got a better outcome than most people hoped for. And when you look at how Fulton County conducted themselves, it's hard to argue that they got anyone else to blame for it but themselves.
Yeah.
The state wanted them so bad, they screwed themselves over. They're so lucky that this was not a federal RICO case. The feds would have never fucked up this case like the state did. While this is definitely a win, it's important to point out that they will still be trying to jam him up at any opportunity. As academics explained, they
100%.
purposefully placed obstacles in his way to leading a life that even vaguely resembles normality.
Here's my personal opinion on everything with the Thug thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Thug got a tremendous deal. Like, we could have never expected something like this to happen. However, it's kind of a trick, right? By the way, we already seen one person on the YSL case who took a plea. They already got caught up and getting sent back to prison. So the possibility of you taking 15 with all these stipulations is kind of to set you up, but it's probably nothing that is gonna ever equate freedom. So Young Thug right now being free, that's the biggest thing. I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations.
Yeah, he did not beat the because 15 years is 15 years of probation. Like the only good thing about being probation, you're out. But the bad thing about probation, you still have like kind of like prison rules, pretty much. So like I said, I don't know if he's allowed to rap about the things that he could rap about in his music. I don't think he is allowed to associate with people with certain people. And he has a curfew, and there's so many things in those lists of probation. It's like, it's freedom in a sense. You're out. You can eat what you want. Because, like, you know, you can do what you want in your house, stuff like that. But you cannot do whatever you want in life. You will always have someone looking at you like, if this guy messed up, I'm sending him right back to jail. So that's the best. Like, I think people are just realizing, but it's like, oh, hold up. I think what people are realizing is like, yeah, this is like, yeah, this may not be the best win of after all, in my opinion. Like,
Stipulations.
So while it is a victory, it's not a flawless one.
Thug wasn't trying to take that shit. I think he just wanted to beat the shit, but them prosecutors was kind of like, but they're rookies, bro. And this is what I'm gonna say: the Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is gang activity. Well, yo, that nigga's always gonna talk about him and his niggas doing his thing. They might consider that gang activity. He might be like, yo, me and my niggas, like, yo, we going to the park getting lit.
Rather than accept that they slipped up, the DA seemed sour, even as they responded to the verdict, focusing on their potential consolation W as opposed to the laundry list of failures that they endured. The convictions in this case represent accountability for admitted members of YSL, a violent street gang. Mr. Williams chose to plead guilty to all of the charges against him and allowed the judge to determine his sentence. But even though his career and life will have to go down a different trajectory, Fulton County hasn't harmed Thug the way they hoped. In fact, his reputation has only been enhanced by making it out of the case with only a slap on the wrist.
Jeffrey has the opportunity to do so much good in the community.
I disagree. That's not a slap in the wrist. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like, he literally just showed a clip about DJ Academics talking about, like, if it's true, if he can't rap about what he usually raps about, it's gonna be very hard for him to make rap music, right? Make the adjustments, and like, I'm not saying he cannot continue his rap music at all. Not saying that at all, but it's gonna be very hard going from rap music to something completely different, right? Maybe his experiences in prison or something, but maybe even that could probably still get him in trouble. Who the hell knows who'll get him in trouble? Like, does he have to give his lyrics what he was gonna say in his song to like his probation officers? Like, hey, is this okay to do? You know, that kind of thing. You know, it's crazy.
And when you get blessed with this kind of second chance, it's for a reason. So I'm very, very intrigued to see what he does in the future. And I'm rooting for him to do all the right things, because you know them people want to violate the stipulations of that probation. And you know those folks going to be on your ass. So please do the right thing. But I need the record to show that Young Thug got to be one of the top 5 realest street rappers ever.
Yes.
At least top 3 at this point. I don't know what this man has done or has not done as far as the street's concerned, but I do know he got jammed up for it and didn't say a word.
Held it.
Everybody and their mama was testifying against Jeffrey.
That's
they
right.
was pointing.
That shouldn't be seen as a good thing, though. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this guy could have done so many criminal things and like possible murder-ish kind of things. I'm not saying he did or anything like that, but I'm just saying like because he didn't snitch, we should like give him props for that. Like, in the case of like, I guess for him, it's credibility in the street life. I get so, right? I get it, but like, it should never be seen as like, yeah, you know, in general. That's just my opinion. And again, yeah, they're gonna be on his ass on the probation.
Pointing him out to be the leader of this organized crime family, and that man didn't say a damn thing. Not a tweet, not a statement, nothing. The nigga in me is impressed.
After a very, very close call, it seems like Thugger has overcome the future that Wallow has seemed to predict for him.
With some of y'all young niggas in here that still be living that shit, I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass, lame ass nigga. And the problem is so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas, because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you, because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. If you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life.
Coming off 2 years in jail and a whole host of mismanagement from the DA, Thug has a second shot. And by the sounds of it, he fully intends to take it. Welcome home, Jeffrey Williams. It's not a day overdue. As always, it's your boy Louaista, and I want to thank y'all for watching today.
It's crazy, dude. Crazy, dude. Calling the lawyer YSL still is hilarious. I take full responsibility for my crimes. All right, man, go home. Like, what? Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, he even admitted that he about his crimes. But yeah, there you go. He needs to make a gospel album called "Truly Humble Under God." Pretty much, right? The Fed's gonna be watching him forever. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so sorry guys, I didn't make this video long, or like the full video. I had to record half of it because the other half was pretty much me muted, and I don't like re-recording reactions. That's just not the way I do things. But yeah, good video overall with Louaista. I always like watching his videos, and good, yeah, GG.